In today's news, Marlon PENN slams $1.5 million spending. WALWYN, people are facing hard times. Honorable FRASER calls for system reform. BVIFA bids farewell to KIWOMYA. New taxi fares await feedback. Invest 94L brings unstable weather. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
There are many ways to enjoy life. Like so many ways to count on Popular.
As the winds start to whisper of approaching storms, it's time to safeguard your sanctuary.
Hey, have you checked your insurance policy lately?
Not recently, why?
It's very important to check your insurance policy before the hurricane season.
That's a good idea. I'll reach out to my provider and get some information.
Awesome. Come son, let's plan for emergencies together. We're gonna include your favorite comfort kit.
Thanks, Dad. That makes me feel safer.
We're packing extra medications and extra batteries for your hearing aid.
And by the way, don't forget my glasses.
Okay, Pops.
Alright, let me see. Okay.
Going on, dog?
What you saying? You good?
You got truck? How you doing?
I hear trimming some of the branches to make sure they don't cause a frig when the storm come.
Fair point. I gotta go clean out the gutter them down by me so nothing don't build up. You know how that could go sometime.
Makes sense. That sounds good. We gotta be prepared.
Facts.
Sometimes we get off track, but that's okay.
Yo, thanks for chilling with the dog today, you know.
Man, anytime, you know I got you.
Yeah, but the place so damn hot now. And you know the old people them say when it's so hot, a storm somewhere out there coming.
Listen, I rebuke that in the name of great God of the universe, okay? Let me move these stuff so they don't cause a problem.
Alright, me and my neighbor window get knocked out at all.
Remember, we're in this together. Reach out to your community, lend a hand, and shield each other from the storm's challenges. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Thursday, October 17th, 2024. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Thursday's wish to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast, the Honorable Marlon A. PENN, representative for the 8th Electoral District, has sharply criticized Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley for spending some $1.5 million on entertainment initiatives over the past 18 months. This amount, which excludes festival-related expenses, is approximately 15 times more than what the government has budgeted for resolving the territory's ongoing water issues in 2024, according to PENN. Speaking during a 3-hour live event hosted by His Majesty's Loyal Opposition on Tuesday, October 15th, PENN highlighted the severe imbalance in the Premier's spending priorities. He argued that this mismanagement of taxpayer funds is occurring while residents in the Premier's own district as well as other districts across the territory have been left without access to clean water for days.
If you count the Music Fest, which is about $1 million with all the preparations and the monies that we had in the SAP, the $250 for the non-stop concert, and the $220 recently given to the promoter. We're not going to even go to the festival. Let's say $1.5 million. And look at the issue of water infrastructure. In this budget that just passed, this government only budgeted $100,000 to address the issue of water in this country, where every man, woman, and child from every district throughout this territory suffer from a loss of water. His own district. I live in this district. For the last 2 to 3 days, people have been crying out. There's been no water. And the amount for the 6 is correct. It's every other day, if you're lucky, you get water in this country. But you don't see it fit to put the monies in place so at least address one district at a time at least, so that some people in this country could get water. But you put $1.5 million towards entertainment with no return in sight.
PENN also emphasized the growing concerns about food security in the territory and the lack of support given to local farmers, especially after the devastating impact of Hurricane Ernesto. PENN said that despite farmers' desperate pleas for assistance to recover, Premier Wheatley has failed to provide meaningful help, choosing instead to spend $220,000 on sponsoring the Vibes Cartel concert. He underscored that such spending sends the wrong message to the people of the BVI about government's priorities, particularly when basic needs like water, access, and agriculture recovery are not being met.
We literally begged, and he had a golden opportunity to prove to the public, both him and the junior minister for trade, for food, for agriculture, to prove to the territory that you're serious about food security in this territory. You look around this territory after Ernesto, all of us in our district saw the devastation that our local farmers got to their crops. The bananas were destroyed. All the other soft crops, short crops were destroyed. He had an opportunity not to give them like he did in 2019, 2020, where they wasted and squandered over $40 billion. But he had a golden opportunity to put some money in place to at least get the crops that these farmers need so they could replant their crops for the tourists. He refused. But in the same breath, as a member said, he allocated $220,000. Nobody's against the promoter. He's selling the story, though, that we have something personal against the promoter. It's a principle. It's a principled position that we're taking. The people of this country have an issue with the squandering of our scarce resources.
In his criticism, PENN pointed out what he described as a double standard in the Premier's approach to distributing government funds. He questioned the process by which the $220,000 was approved for YOLO Promotions to sponsor the concert, noting that small and medium-sized businesses face far stricter criteria when applying for government grants.
They're here to kick us, and I think that they need to provide. They provide a certificate of good standing. The certificate of good standing probably costs more than the grant that they're giving the businesses. So you're asking me, businesses who are struggling now to pay these things, to come up with a good standard at this time, pay the government probably more than $10,000, and some of them might be over because, let's be real, businesses went through Hurricanes Irma and Maria, they went through COVID, they're struggling. They need a level of reprieve to try to get themselves back on the feet. And you're asking for this information to give them $7 for a grant. All right? Yeah? If they're lucky, at the highest end. They have to have their contributions up to date in terms of system. Not to say we'll give you a payment plan, and we have a schedule or agreement for you to pay up these things. I agree that businesses have to pay these things. Right. But you have to give business a chance to get themselves back on their feet. So you're not helping the businesses. But in the same breath, I'm asking the question, have you asked the same promoters who you gave $220 for all of these things that you're asking the small businesses for?
At the most recent presentation by His Majesty's loyal opposition, 6th District Representative, the Honorable WALWYN, bemoaned the high level of difficulties that the people of the Virgin Islands are presently facing. He was at the time speaking on the motion of no confidence, which is set to be brought before the Premier of the Virgin Islands on Friday, October 18th.
People in this country are having a very difficult time making ends meet. You have people who literally don't have money to buy food. I know all of us have our district offices and we interact with people on a daily basis. Many of us have to put our hands in our pockets to give people money to buy groceries for their families. Businesses are struggling, so people are unemployed. And the prospect of employment is bleak because the economy is not growing fast enough to absorb the persons who are coming out of school and different things. People are losing their homes. I don't know about you, but it irks me to pick up the newspaper and see that people losing their homes at the rate that they're losing them. People can't pay their rent. It's just a very difficult time right now for people in this country. And for those persons who are facing the brunt of this difficulty, it must be extremely hard for them to watch a government or premier that they elected be so insensitive to those challenges that they're having by squandering money the way that he's doing it. And they themselves are in urgent need of help and cannot get the assistance.
WALWYN further stated that while he has nothing against Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalie D. Wheatley. He believes that it is an insult to the people of this country to throw away public funds so arbitrarily.
In addition to the parties that were listed, how do you take up $220,000 arbitrarily and just give it away to a promoter? Now, I have nothing against the promoter because the promoter is a business person who sees a business opportunity. So I say kudos to him for that. The Premier has an overriding responsibility as the Minister of Finance to the people of this country that the promoter does not have. And in the circumstances that I've just described, people having such a difficult time, how do you take that kind of money up and give away for a party? It is just, to me, it is just the most insensitive thing that you can do. And then you learn from the promoter that he pressured the Premier. When I heard him say that, I got concerned. Because if we have a Premier that is dealing with matters on a high level, particularly negotiating with the UK and other things, and he can be pressured by a promoter to give $220,000, then it says to me that something is wrong. I brought a bridge with me outside Premier, and I have it, and I want you to buy the bridge. Meet me outside 10 o'clock, and I have this bridge to sell you. Because if anybody can pressure you into doing something like that, it is certainly very, very concerning for me.
WALWYN compared the amount allocated to small businesses versus that given to one promoter.
When you look, for instance, at that, just look at that 220. $125,000 was put in the budget for small businesses. And we begged every man around this table, begged the Premier as the Minister of Finance to put more money in, because you've got to get the small businesses going. That's the engine of the economy. You've got to get that going so that you can get employment going and the economy can start to catch itself again. The minister responsible for trade herself beseeched him to put more money in to help the small businesses. He was adamant he's not putting any more. He left it at $125,000. Now, you have $125,000 for a grants program with all the amount of businesses, small businesses that you have in this country. You wouldn't even scratch the surface of what businesses are dealing with, but you can take up in one go $220,000 and just give to a promoter just like that. It is just wrong and it is just hurtful. And to me, it's an insult to the citizens of this country.
Up next, viewers, we have much more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Attention, Anegada residents! Attention, Anegada residents! CCT is coming to you! That's right! CCT will be visiting Anegada every third Wednesday of the month. Need to pay your bill? Sign up for a new service? Or have a customer service concern? CCT has got you covered. No need to leave the island. CCT is here to make staying connected easier than ever. Mark your calendars for every third Wednesday starting October 16th and visit us for all your CCT service needs. For more information, call us at 444-4444 or follow us on any of our social media pages. See you soon, Anegada.
Just give me my service. Yeah.
Just give me my service.
Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
He hit me. Will CG cover this?
Don't worry. Remember when I was in that competitive arm wrestling circuit? 3-time champion, baby. I did feel bad crushing all those arms and dreams. So I took them all out for ice cream. And then we got crushed. Anyway, CG handled my claims fast.
That explains the arm.
The best cover for the best value. CG Insurance. Good like that. At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in occupational therapy and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Moving right along on the local scene in the British Virgin Islands, the Honorable Julian Fraser RA, 3rd District Representative, addressed several pressing issues during an opposition press conference held ahead of the upcoming motion of no confidence against Premier Dr. the Honorable Natayo D. Wheatley. Fraser emphasized the need for a fundamental overhaul in governance, pointing to what he described as, and I quote, a systematic problem that requires immediate attention.
We talk about excessive travel and the expenditures. We talk about non-stop parties and the money spent. But in a quantum, with the exception of the $20 million that has been under budgeted for the public service, salaries increase. If you add all those things together, the figures are small. You talk about, our budget is about $420 million. Where's the rest of the money? If you look at, you just mentioned the $1.7 million that were allocated for public assistance and only $600,000 has been spent so far. This is systematic. Each of us got $300,000 or $200,000 spent for each of our districts. And at the end of the year, $150,000 goes back. We don't have revotes anymore. So there's something wrong with the system itself. Why the place looks the way it looks is not the lack of money, because as you can see, the monies are there, but they never get spent. So there's a systemic problem.
Fraser also raised concerns about a specific issue that he believes is being largely overlooked, the Public Finance Management Act. He expressed disappointment with the current state of financial management within the territory, suggesting that the act is not achieving its intended goals.
And if you look at the Public Finance Management Act, which seems to be this monster with 4 eyes that no one wants to touch. And I think when we go back to the House, that's one of the things that we need to vigorously attack. Just like we did all the other bills that came before us, compliments of the COI. The country is being choked. It's being choked because everyone is afraid to disseminate the funds that were appropriated for the upkeep of the country. And just the way they are afraid, everyone who is afraid, who is supposed to direct them, are afraid to direct them. Same likewise. That's a government issue. And like I talked before, I said it's a lack of experience. The lack thereof is glaring. And until the government comes to the realization that there is a shortcoming there, we're going to be back here. You're going to be back here with another motion of no confidence. Like I said, there will be many. And the elections will come, the term will run out, the elections will come, and you would have achieved nothing.
The British Virgin Islands Football Association has announced the departure of Christopher KIWOMYA as head coach of the senior men's national team, marking the end of his 3-year tenure. In a statement released on Wednesday, October 16th, the BVIFA expressed its gratitude to KIWOMYA's dedicated service, acknowledging the significant legacy he leaves behind in shaping the future of football in the British Virgin Islands. Since joining the team, Coach KIWOMYA played a pivotal role in the growth of the national squad, leading them to several historic milestones. Among his most notable achievements was securing the BVI's very first victory in decades, a breakthrough that transformed the football landscape within the territory. His leadership also saw the team compete in vigor in the World Cup qualifying campaign, setting a new standard of performance and the ambition for the team. The BVIFA praised KIWOMYA's unwavering passion and his lasting impact on both the players as well as the wider football community. His contributions have not only raised the standard of play, but also laid a strong foundation for future football within the territory. President of the BVIFA, Avenel Morton, expressed his gratitude, stating, and I quote, "The BVIFA is proud of the progress our national team has made under Coach Chris's leadership. His influence extends far beyond the pitch, and we are grateful for the inspiration and professionalism he brought to the team and the community." As the BVIFA prepares for the next phase, the search for a new head coach will soon begin, with a focus on building on the achievements of KIWOMYA's tenure, as well as continuing the upward trajectory of the national team. Up next, viewers, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon? I could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are scam. She used to be for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and a pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. Y tú, vida ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
Hi, my name is Judy, VI Motors Operations Assistant, and today I'm here with Ding, one of our mechanics, and we are going to show you how you can check your engine oil level, as it's an essential part in maintaining your engine's health.
First, let's pop the hood. Here's the oil dipstick. We'll pull it out, wipe it clean with a cloth, reinsert it, and pull it out again to get an accurate oil level reading. As you can see, the oil level should be between the minimum and maximum markers on the dipstick. If it's below the minimum, it's time to add some oil. Checking your oil level is simple yet a crucial task. Make sure to do it regularly to keep your engine running smoothly. And remember, if you're not sure about your vehicle's specific oil requirements, always consult your owner's manual or a professional mechanic at VI Motors. We offer a diverse range of top quality engine oils, so visit us at Dove's Bottom or our location at Parks Point, Virgin Gorda, or call us at 494-2496 or visit us on our website at www.vimotors.com.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. The director of the BVI Taxi and Livery Commission, Mr. Javon Parsons, in a recent interview spoke about the proposed fares for the taxi and livery services within the territory, which are now available for review by the public. He reflected on the commencement of the tariff review, which he said commenced in 2022, but was affected by several obstacles that obstructed its progression.
The current tariff has been in existence since 2009. Right? Yeah.
So about 10 years.
A lot has changed over the years. Cost of living has gone up. Fuel prices have fluctuated. So in consideration with all of this, and acting on the recommendations from the minister and the industry as well, we started fitting to review the current tariff. In 2022, we started that basic research with operators, just gauging what they might feel good as a fare at that point in time. Basically, we were on the heels of COVID and all of that and other kind of stuff, so the process was a little bit slow.
Parsons noted that the review process received a boost in 2024, where several stakeholder meetings were held to discuss the changes that should be forthcoming.
Fast forward to 2024, we were able to dive deep into it. We had a series of industry meetings, like you stated earlier, with the industry to gauge, again, what the temperature is at this point. We had the help of Mr. Joseph Rosan to undertake the initiative as he did in 2009. So some of the information gathered was it was really interesting, because some points brought up was things simple as a chartered rate. Sometimes you come to a port, you're put in a queue to wait on other persons, but you might feel the need to leave now. So of course you're gonna have to pay the fare, but you're leaving in an empty bus. Operator might miss out on maybe 5 other passengers going to the same direction, So a percentage of what he might make on that journey has to be considered.
This review, viewers, is said to be aimed at ensuring transparency and fairness within the rates charged by taxi operators to passengers. The proposed tariff outlines the new rates that taxi and livery operators will be required to adhere to.
Cost of living was considered, fuel surcharge was considered, insurance, terrain, distance, all of that is considered in coming up with the index to figure it out.
Officials believe the proposed fares strike a balance between the needs of the operators as well as the needs of the passengers. Invis 94L, a weather disturbance in the Atlantic, is projected to bring unstable weather conditions to the British Virgin Islands within the next 24 hours. Currently situated approximately 700 miles southeast of the territory, the system is moving westward at the speed of 20 miles per hour with sustained winds of just around 30 miles per hour. While Invis 94L has a low chance of developing into a tropical system over the next 48 hours, forecasters have warned that it could still generate increased rainfall and turbulent weather conditions across the islands. Residents should be prepared for a higher likelihood of showers throughout Friday, as well as the disturbance will occur near the region. Marine conditions are expected to deteriorate later today, prompting the possible issuance of a small craft and high surf advisory. Swimmers, beachgoers, and small craft operators are urged to exercise caution over the coming days due to the anticipated rough seas, as well as heightened wave activity. For those living in low-lying and flood-prone areas, the risk of localized flooding remains a concern, especially if heavy downpours accompany the system's passage. Emergency officials have advised residents to remain vigilant and take necessary precautions, including monitoring weather updates and preparing for possible flooding. Though Invis 94L is not expected to develop into a significant tropical system, its potential impact on local weather should not be underestimated. The Department of Disaster Management in the Virgin Islands has indicated that it continues to monitor the system closely and will provide updates as conditions evolve to ensure the safety of residents and visitors throughout the territory. Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com and our WhatsApp channel for daily updates, as well as Facebook at 284media, 284BVI on Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. A happy Thursday. Goodbye.